streets online at 560theanswer.com.
Now, from the Signature Bank Studios, this hour of the Shaun Thompson Show is sponsored exclusively by DonleyAuctions.com. They need your guns. Sell for top dollar. DonleyAuctions.com.
Portions of the following show may be pre-recorded.
From the streets of Melrose Park to the trading floor of the Merc, he's fought for every dollar he's ever earned. And now, with personal liberty and our system of capitalism under assault in America, he's here to seize back our rights from the government. With a cigar in one hand and a copy of the Declaration of Independence in the other, he's Shaun Thompson. And this is the Shaun Thompson Show.
Some folks are born made to wave the flag. Ooh, they're red, white, and blue.
Anybody with an IQ over 60 or anybody that's ever been related to or has had a conversation with a Democrat understands that liars and cheats can never take an oath. Can't do it. There is no oath that can be taken by a liar, a cheat, and as I like to say, a Democrat. Now, this is something that was controversial a few years ago. But see, I recognized long ago what the play was. The play is to backdoor nationalize your life. Every aspect of the money you make outside the purview of the corrupt Democrat machine. That's the promise, to take away and penalize the people who believe in the country's principles in the name of socialism, which, by the way, that's the grift socialism. They steal the money. Nobody gets it. It's equality through poverty. But if you think about what our country is, socialism itself is unconstitutional. Meaning, no politician can advocate or create a policy that is socialism with its agenda. Yet here we are in the year 2026. We have children who are pretend mayors, live with their mother, Mandamni. This bust out in Chicago, the commie in L.A., the moron in New Jersey. Just pick them. And they tell you. And now you're supposed to elect these specific individuals who then do what? Take an oath? Well, you can't. Can't do it. But the beauty of 2026 is it's undeniable. We're not arguing about nuanced policy differences. These are traitors to our country. These are traitors to what's best for the American citizen, always. And it's never been more evident. Now, what I like about the sense of humor of God, I find it hysterical how fracking repulsive every single one of these Democrats are. I still don't believe Susan Rice is not Jerry Rice's twin sister. Did you look at her face? And that's even better than Congresswoman Jayapal, also known as Congresswoman Cockeye, who's got that one left eye. I said, look at me when I talk to you, ugly. She is from Washington State, where 24% of businesses have closed in the last 18 months. Outrageous. Only second to Illinois, Chicago, New York, and L.A. And she is giving a speech to I don't know who. Because if you're a constituent, well, who really supports the Democrats but thieves themselves and illiterate morons who are sucking on the nipple of society? She is talking to somebody, a group of people, admitting she is trying to secure oil for Cuba. You're from Washington. Businesses are leaving. Seattle is a gutter where the people on the south side of Chicago would say, boy, this is bad. That's how bad Seattle is. And Congresswoman, which, by the way, in our system of what is supposed to be a republic, until these Congress morons, traitors, and thieves ceded their own power, is supposed to be the closest to the people to represent the interests of your constituents. Now, granted, over the years of pay-to-play, bribery, open and notorious campaign contributions, and insider trading, these idiots don't give a rip about their people. They rarely even want to go back to their districts. But Congresswoman Jayapal is perpetrating treason at a microphone.
In January, Trump issued an executive order threatening tariffs on any country supplying fuel to Cuba. That's
another thing there. Congresswoman Cockeye, ass-face, Democrat, number 74 million. President Donald Trump. You see who was not a president? was that fraud who stole the election. The one who had to go for a diaper change 6 times a day. Poor Secret Service powdering that wrinkled ass. Feel like your husband.
January, just a few months ago. And
Hanging
oil
down on her
shipments
knees.
from Venezuela, that's where Cuba had been getting its oil, were halted after the U.S. operations to kidnap Nicolas Maduro. Since January.
Well, you said that right. Nicolas Maduro. You even gave it like you were taking my orders at Maria's. Would you like the chorizo? Say President Donald Trump, Kake. Say it.
Only one Russian tanker of oil has made it to Cuba. In fact, it landed just a couple of days before I landed. And one tanker has enough oil basically for 10 to 14 days of Cuba's oil needs. So it's a very limited amount of time. Now, Russia has said they're going to send another tanker. I was in conversations with the ambassadors from Mexico and some other places, and I know.
What? What? What the frack are you doing? A congresswoman from a ghetto. What are you doing? You're talking to Mexico. You're a congresswoman, Kake. And what will happen? What will happen? The constituents, they cheer it. These imbecile Democrat traitors themselves, because their goal is to steal your money in the name of some fracking entitlement that they make up on the fly. And that has never been more obvious than watching these simpletons, dogs in California, these Democrats. Now, Honey Bunny, I guess her name is Katie, right? This Viagra slayer, wood softener, this mean, repulsive broad from California whose ex-husband is in a tavern right now, and they cheer every time this ass face, Katie Porter, talks.
Congresswoman Porter, your thoughts on the idea of funding health care for undocumented immigrants statewide?
Yes.
Yes, and
that's, by the way, what I think Californians deserve as answers to these questions, Alex.
And for critics who...
Yeah.
What? I'll tell you what. Repulsive inside and out. This is what the old ladies used to mean. Squirrel, my family, what they would say. Beautiful, or wait, what was it? Ugly you can become, beautiful you cannot. And what that meant is it's from the inside out. So you could take one look at her, and you know exactly what you're dealing with.
Fraud is real. It happens. Government waste, mismanagement, failure to have audits, failure to implement government recommendations. That's why I chose to serve on the Oversight Committee and hold Democratic leadership and Republican leadership, Trump and Biden, to account for those programs. But
so it's funny because one of the young investigative reporters went to California, and they're talking to a Chinese swindler here on a visa who has set up these healthcare centers. And when they're talking to him, he gets in his car. Do you know what kind of car he had, Squirrel? A Pagani. $2.5 million chrome with the Gulf wing doors. You got to order it. It's harder to get than a Ferrari. And this is who she's talking to. And this is in California. And this swindler has been stealing for decades.
37 H-1Bs for daycare that's totally shut down. Hey, is your dad a member of the CCP?
I only can tell you everything is legal.
Is it legal to charge $20,000 for people to come in here and pay to play? We are outside of Allen Infant Care Center. Allen Infant Care used to actually be a place called Golden Acorn Academy. These two daycares actually are owned by a holdings company called Golden She Holdings LLC. They have sponsored lifetime 37 H-1Bs. They have filled out 55 labor condition applications, according to USCIS. You wouldn't think that a daycare center would need.
But Katie Porter was on the committee demanding oversight. Katie Porter is a fraud, a mean, miserable ass-faced Democrat woman like the rest of them.
I can't believe that on a stage with 30 minutes of interrupting and bickering and name-calling and shouting and disrespect for everyone up here who's stepping into public service, that anyone wants to talk about my temperament.
You were actually interrupting them, too. I don't know why you want to act like you weren't.
Oh, cowboy
Steve and I sat here smiling at each other because we're just watching you all prove to everyone why they can't vote for a Democrat.
Cannot vote for a Democrat. And if you do, expect what they deliver. Whether it's Chicago, the South Side, the West Side, the North Side, there is no good side anymore. whether it's New York or New Jersey or anywhere in Seattle, anywhere in Washington. Just pick it.
Go ahead. It's the job of the California governor to protect every single Californian. The sanctuary state policy is designed to make sure that our state resources, the taxpayer dollars, the public servants that we have are focusing on doing their jobs, which is not cooperating with the federal immigration authorities. These are Californians. They contribute to our economy. They pay taxes, and they're one of the only ways that our state has been growing in recent years.
Very few Democrats by 90% ever pay taxes, even your rich ones like the fat slob Pritzkers, ever pay taxes. So when you add up the benefits and what the taking are, of course, she means sales tax, fracking moron that she is. And that's why you get an economic collapse. And then when you talk about illegal aliens specifically, it was very, very obvious what the setup was and also why there was not a fix.
That's the nature of the scam. It's a bank shot. So then the rebuttal from the Dems is like, oh, well, the vast majority of the people who are marked as live in the Social Security Administration weren't receiving Social Security Administration payments. That is true. What they forgot to mention is they're getting fraudulent payments from every other government program. And that's why the Dems were so opposed to turning off, to declaring someone dead who was dead, because it would stop the entire all the other fraud from happening.
And so, but all this, is it trackable? Like all this other fraud? If totally they wanted to, they could chase it all down.
Yeah, it's not even hard.
Not even hard. Which is why when the Biden administration stole the 2020 election, the first thing they did was open the floodgates.
That's it for your audience perfectly, Shaun. This was not a loophole. The Biden administration, Secretary of Homeland Security Alejandro Mayorkas, devised a scheme to fly illegal aliens into the country and then to escort them en masse across the border by the millions and to give them something known as parole, which gives them a work permit, which gives them a social security number, which gives them access to the voting booth. This was the plan all along, to get them here illegally so they can get free government benefits, get hooked to welfare, and be able to participate in American elections. This was an attack on democracy by the Democrat Party. It's the same attack that we see, Shaun.
And that is why, in just 18 years, you had this massive explosion of $30 trillion added to the $9 trillion that was there when Barack Obama got there. But Barack Obama was a Chicago South Side fraud and a bust out. And he was somebody who knew he couldn't say exactly what he was. He had to pretend to be a quasi-American, a quasi-Democrat, when the whole time what he really was a communist, Marxist, mafia member from the south side, west side of Kenya.
You look at somebody like Mandami, who I think is an extraordinary talent. He wants people to be able to afford housing in New York. Well,
an extraordinary talent. He's a 33-year-old, never worked in his life, lived with his mommy and daddy till a year ago. And he's done what you at least didn't have the balls to do. Maybe they were in Larry Sinclair's pocket. He at least said what he was, where you hit it, didn't you, Sissy? 312-642-5600.
Marxists, socialists, and communists are not welcome on the Shaun Thompson Show on AM 560. The Answer.
The following advertisement includes a celebrity impersonation.
The summer heat in Chicagoland is no joke.